Today is the 8th candle on behalf of and due to the combatants. Because of the murderers of Hamas, we went to wage this war. We are fighting on behalf of those who were murdered and the Israeli legacy. We are winning. Credit to the combatants, the fallen, and the injured, and we shall live with all of them. The survivors of the massacre, the combatants and the hostages that will come back, and all our brothers in Israel, right or left, religious, secular, Jews, Druze, and Arabs. Together, we are going to enhance the light. The IDF forces are in the deep area of Gaza, which is now expanding. Our mission as a political echelon is to enable the combatants to continue and complete the mission in the south as well as in the north, in order to bring back the hostages and to enable the inhabitants to live safely. For this, we have to preserve the legitimacy and freedom of action and to plan the continuous war. As opposed to the past, we're not going to just end with quiet versus quiet. In this war, there's no day after. There's a long process, difficult and necessary, with different strength during months and days and years. The role of the government is to tell the public what will happen and to go there without creating imaginary controversies while our soldiers are fighting shoulder to shoulder in the battlefield. The basis that will enable safety for civilians in the south is agreed upon by the Israeli society and even our American partners. So what? Yes, Hamas is part of the Iranian axis that wants to destroy us and to stop the normalization. We have to change the situation and cause the opposite, to eliminate the threat of Hamas, to strengthen the ties with moderate Arab countries, and to find a framework for solution in Gaza. In the military aspect, when the mission will be completed in the southern part of Gaza, we will have full military control on the area, including territory that will enable us to continue. Israel is going to control militarily, will have a freedom of action, and will implement it as much as is needed. Khan Yunis and Sajaria is going to be exactly like the Kasbah in Nablus. As far as the civil aspect, we have to locate local people who can deal with medicine, with civilian issues, to create an administration that will be supported by moderate Arab countries. And the most important thing is we have to start the momentum of normalizations and do it in order to change the reality in Gaza, even in the long run. In this context, I met today with the National Security Advisor, Jake Sullivan, and I spoke personally with a lot of leaders in America and in Europe. They're interested to advance such a process and to invest the necessary means. It is obvious to us and to our partners that these old concepts and the reality of the former decades have to change. We have to look towards the future. We are in the beginning of the process, and it's going to take years. The principles, the framework, and the modus operandi are quite obvious. This is the time to work with our partners in a closed room with full trust, and also to thank them for the support and the efforts that they make to release their hostages. I'd like to appeal to our American friends in English.
Make no mistake. We are partners by duty and friends by choice. This is what my friend, General Martin Dempsey, once told me. These words are more meaningful now than ever. Israel is thankful for your continuous support during these difficult times.
Citizens of Israel, the most important thing at this time is to win this war and to maintain the security of Israel. And for that, it's important that the unity of the people, the tailwind to the combatants, returning of the hostages, and making the right decisions militarily and civilly. Unfortunately, even in these days, some people are creating imaginative controversies and harming the important relations with the United States. We are not going to do that during a war. My colleagues and I will continue to act with national responsibility, will support the soldiers and the commanders, will make sure that the right decisions are made. We will deal with rehabilitating the communities and will act only for the interests of the people of Israel. And before I conclude, even today, the hearts of 135 families whose loved ones are in Gaza. Some people claim that the miracle in the Hanukkah festival is that the oil was sufficed for 8 days, but without the heroes who believed in the temple, this miracle would not have happened. These heroes are our combatants today. These are the families who don't stop acting for the release of their loved ones. We're not going to stop looking to believe and to act in order to bring back the hostages. We will never stop striving for unity in the people of Israel and to stand together in a common fate of all of us. Thank you, Karen from the news channel. You're not calling upon the Palestinian Authority to take upon itself the responsibility. Does the President Biden is against this idea? And what about the head of the Mossad going to Qatar in order to advance the hostage deal, which was cancelled? I think that we have to look at the Gaza Strip in a responsible way, looking to the future. We must preserve supremacy and flexibility and continuity of our attacks in Gaza, as much as we think in every place, in the way we will have to do it in the future. And the growth of local administration with regional backing and our security, that's the direction we have to go in. I think other things at the moment are irrelevant. I think we have to focus on that, on the process. The discussions in the cabinet, the war cabinet, in all the subjects, including the MIAs and the hostages, which is so important to us, is done professionally. General Mossad Alon and the head of the Mossad have conversations with the Prime Minister. Nobody stops anybody to talk to anybody, no manipulations. Everybody goes to the same direction. And I suggest don't catch a word here and a word there and make it the whole thing, because the essence is bringing back the hostages home, all of them, and as fast as possible. Thank you. Channel 11. You have great criticism today. We're going to see you in the government of Netanyahu regarding the budget. I think the budget that passed today is important because 2023, I don't think they made the right deviations because of the needs of the state of Israel at this time. I heard somebody say that they're talking about small change, but if this is small change, why are you so insistent? Why don't you send it to the place where it's needed? Therefore, we acted as much as we can, and we objected and voted against the budget. Unfortunately, somebody tried to do a maneuver that they put forward the voting, but never mind. I am focused on the things that Israel needs. We'll try to have an impact because of the continuance of the war and the budget in the future. I'm not dealing now about a stopwatch, about how long I'm here and when I'll be here. I'm here because of the common fate of the people of Israel. I understand the security needs. And as I said in the past, automatically I knew when to get in, maybe less automatically, but I'll also know when to get out.